Hi everyone, it's Nicole and woot woot! I finished my December daily for 2021 and 2019, and next year, or I guess this year, I'll be doing 2022 and 2020 because last year I broke my wrist and I didn't get it done. So I'm hoping that by the end of 2022, I'll be caught up. I have the pictures for all the years. I just, wasn't getting it done. So I'll go through. I thought I'd show you from day 1 to day 31 what I got done. I decided to go to day 31 this year because Mason was supposed to have all kinds of tournaments, but they all got canceled. I still ended up going to day 31, but as you can you'll be able to tell towards the end, I kind of combined some days because I didn't have a lot of pictures. So on December 1st, he had hockey. He was in hockey school. So I kind of did that. We bought some Kentucky that night. And then I thought I fixed, but I cleaned my printer, the printer head, which it ended up breaking anyway by the end of the month. But I tried, right? I tried to fix it. And it was a sad day for my family because my cousin passed away. She was only 52. And so that was not starting off the month very, very well. And then day 2, hockey again. And he had a game. They won 15-7. Mason got 6 goals. I don't know how many assists. We bought a new little shed that we're going to bring where we camp all summer, but we put it up here for the winter so we could store some stuff in it. I took a picture of myself working on my December daily. Again, I'm working on that printer that ended up breaking anyway. And I took a picture of me reading. Day 3, I took a picture of my setup for December daily. I did some diamond painting. It's probably the only day that month that I did diamond painting. We had some snow and showers, and some of our new digital files, which was the little Santa snow globe. Oh, love those. This sheet here is busted, so I'm going to have to get a new sheet and just put them in there because they keep falling out. So day 4, we start up our Christmas tree. We did some nachos. I organized my digital files. That took me 2 days actually. So I think I show it again on another day, but it took 2 days. I binge watched a lot of Survivor in December, and of course, my favorite coffee, my planner. On day 5, more hockey. Mason was here. We finished decorating the tree. I took a picture of my facial routine and then some of our ornaments on the tree. And that morning, the hockey game, we had to get up at 5:30 in the morning, and it was minus 10 Celsius. We're in Canada. So day 6, it was cold again. It was only minus 4, a little warmer. And then I ordered some digital files so I could do t-shirts for everyone for Christmas. Again, we didn't do much, I'd say, that day because it's just pictures of the tree, an ornament, kind of close up. On December 7th, we had no power. We got woken up at 2:16 in the morning with the power flashing on and off. It was a wind warning. It was plus 14. So within 2 days, we went from minus 10 to plus 14. And this is why I love that this year I took a picture of what the weather was every day, which was awesome. And I started learning to use my brother's Scan and Cut in the month of December. So that worked. I took pictures of that. I worked on some Patreon videos on my December daily. I did some more organizing and I made some meatballs. On the 8th, I went for a massage, hockey again. I organized, part of my room, and I was listening to an audiobook. I'm still on the 9th, still learning. My brother's scan and cut. I was working. We had a storm. I was reading Invictus and Vespertine by Margaret Rogerson. Oof, really good fantasy book. And more cleaning, more organizing. On the 10th, it was minus 15, so it was cold. Mason had a practice, and then we had a Wildcats game. We brought one of his little friends, and that was awesome. On December 11th, they went and got my daughter's and Mason's Christmas tree. It was minus 2. He had more hockey. At that point, on December 11th, I was at 87 out of 100 books read, so I was behind. We had some Caesar salad that night with chicken. On December 12th, we went to another hockey game. We brought another one of his little friends, and then some other of his teammates ended up coming. So that was good because that was the last hockey game. After that, everything shut down. So we haven't been to a hockey game, or he hasn't played hockey since then. On December 13th, I worked on some freezer meals. And by the way, that's coming up. I'm going to be showing you some of my favorite recipes. We'll be trying out new recipes together and stuff to put in the freezer. But that day I did chicken teriyaki. By the way, yummy. I'm going to be doing it again and sharing the recipe. So teriyaki, this was just me getting ready. And then I did Thai peanut butter. That was pretty good. It was okay. I did some reading, and again, learning my printer scan and cut, brother scan and cut, because those machines, man, they're great, but you got to work. You got to put time in them to get to know them. So this day I marinated some pork chops, and it turned out really yummy. So I'll do pork, chicken, hamburger meals. I did a bunch of voiceovers, and again, cutting out some stuff on my scan and cut. That day I made a shepherd's pie, and I make mine with hamburger, and I'll probably share that recipe too. It's not complicated, but it's good. It's really good. And then I was looking at my Goodreads again, going, oh my goodness, am I going to make my 100 page? Because we're halfway through the month at that point. On the 16th, I got in a new printer, and this is for sublimation, so I can make t-shirts and ornaments. And my daughter came over, and we set it all up, and we worked and, played and made some ornaments, and even did a t-shirt, like a test t-shirt. Then on the 17th, I got some Starbucks. We went shopping for Christmas. We did quite a bit of shopping. That was basically our day. On the 18th, I made chicken wings and that kind of stuff, and I made my own potato salad. Like, these are all the stuff that, kinds of recipes that I'll be sharing. They're really yummy. Then I made coffee. We gave away a couch to a single mom that needed a couch. And I was reading Sorcery of Thorns, which really good. Again, by Margaret Rogerson. Really good. And then we started binge watching The Resident, and it quickly became a fave, and we're caught up already. And then on the 19th, I did some sublimation work again, and here's my heat press. So I spent most of the day doing that, and it was snowing. Then on the 20th, again, worked on sublimation because we're getting close to Christmas here, and that's what I was doing for Christmas presents. So I worked on this t-shirt. I worked a little bit on, because you need to perfect it, right? The first time doesn't always work. So I was practicing, and then I made a chicken bouillon, which that's so good. And on day 21, I really was working on the t-shirts because I wanted them done. And then my daughter came that day, and we did something for her husband that he was giving away as Christmas gift. And Survivor again, lots of Survivor watching. On December 22nd, I made my meat pies, and you know what? We're almost out, so I think I'm going to make some more, and this time I'm going to film them, and I'll show you how I make my meat pies. they're like a one portion for one person. So it's not, you could make it in a pie, but we'd rather do that. And then we just take out what we need and then we can have our meal. And I'll share with you what I use to make those little half moon things. Then that was the 22nd. The 23rd, we started doing rapid tests because we wanted to go see my mom. So we wanted to make sure that we had a few days of testing and that we were negative. And I started making cookies. I made some shortbread cookies. We call them reindeer turds, but they're basically like a shortbread base. And then you put a thumbprint and you put caramel and chocolate. They're delicious. I prepped a lot for the next day because I was going to make a pasta salad. All of these I'll be making again and I will film. And this is a chocolate square with marshmallows. So easy to make and so good. It's one of my favorites. And then that pasta salad, ooh, so good. And then this is December 24th. I made a few more dishes because you don't want to make stuff too much in advance because things aren't fresh. So I made this square, which has chocolate on the top, coconut in the middle, and a green wafer bottom. Oh, so good. So I'll share that recipe. I made some Rice Krispies. I made 2 dips. I made a veggie dip and a jalapeno dip, which both of them are so good. And I made 2 of each. And then here's that square with the marshmallows. And then I made that pasta. And that's what I brought. I brought a whole bunch of all the different cookies and the pasta salad and the 2 dips, 2 of each. And I brought a whole bunch of vegetables to go with it. Then it's December 25th. We had a big turkey dinner with the salads. My mom made a broccoli salad. I made that pasta salad. And here's Mason and my nephew. They were like the elves handing out. I barely took any pictures. That's so disgusting. So this is a picture. I'll bring it up. And, they were playing downstairs and I brought down the veggie dip and then the jalapeno dip with bread. Oh, so good. My sister-in-law made a salmon dip and a shrimp dip. So we always make the same thing. And then everybody knows what they need to do. And we always make too much. So we always play games. We play ping pong, which is right there. Well, it's like beer pong, but we just put water in it. It's totally competition. And the winners take on another couple. And it's so much fun. And then we play a game called Spoons. And this year we added darts. And that was so much fun. Everybody had a blast. And then on the 26th, we had to come home because my daughter, she came with us, my middle daughter, and she had to work the next day. And I didn't want her to drive by herself on the 24th because the roads were so bad. We took our time. We took forever to get there, but I'm glad she didn't go by herself because she had worked all day and she was tired. So the drive home was so much safer coming home. It was +1, so it was really nice. They played games that morning. I came home. I did my laundry right away, did all the unpacking right away. Now we're on December 27th. I'm at 99 books out of 100, so I'm so close. And then that day I made another recipe. Oh my goodness, it was so good. And I'll be sharing that too. So that was good. And then in the morning we had pancakes and sausage. Okay, and then on the 28th, I reached my Goodreads reading goal. So on the 28th, I still had 3 days and I reached 100. And then I kind of stopped reading because I was like, well, maybe I was reading 20 pages a day, but it was a lot. So this was the 6th year in a row that I reached my goal. So I took a picture of that here. We had spaghetti that night. I make always big pots of spaghetti, and that's probably the first thing that I'll share as a recipe because I need to make some next week. And I love my pizza sauce, not to toot my horn, but I love my pizza sauce. And I make a big batch. So this was just from the freezer. Here, I was reading this day 29. Okay, this is where I went 29, 30th, and 31. Not too much was going on. So I just decided that I was just going to put all 3 days. So here are pictures of my daughter's craft room. She now has a craft room. She does press on nails. So she had sent me, her husband bought her a Cricut for Christmas because they went down $100. So that's what he got her for Christmas. And it's a nice like turquoise. It's beautiful. So that white cabinet here, it was something I had in the basement that I wasn't using. So we put another shelf on the bottom so that we could put wheels, so she could put it on wheels. And she just sent me a picture to show how her Cricut fit on it perfectly. So that worked out good. And then it gave her some space to put, you know, some of her stuff away. So she was really happy. I did that Thai recipe that I had, you know, did the freezer meal. So we had that for supper that night and it was really good. And here I just showed that, you know, those days I did a whole bunch of filming. And so that's it. That's the whole month of December. And it's so fun, one, to see how the temperature is fluctuating, but just the different things that I did in that whole month. And, you know, if next year I'm like, what did I bring last year at my mom's, you know, for Christmas? I can go here and go, oh yeah, this is what I did. And I know exactly what I did because I have pictures of everything that I did. Another thing I could do is add another page to these, and then, or even at the end, I could do it at the end and then put the recipes that I did throughout the month. I could write them on some cards. That would be fun. Okay, so that is 2021. I thought I was going to do both of them in one video, but I think I'll put them in 2 separate videos because I think this is getting long. So I'll share another video with 2019. So that's it. I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.